My girlfriend dumped me saying I need someone who can support my lifestyle when I told her I went bankrupt. You will not believe this. My girlfriend Morgan just dumped me via text because she thought I went broke. And now I am realizing she never loved me at all. I am Colton 29M, been running a tech startup for the past 3 years. It has been doing pretty well. Nothing crazy, but I am comfortable. Been dating Morgan, 26F, for 14 months now. And honestly, I was thinking about proposing. That was before I discovered what she really thought of me. Here's the thing that should have been a red flag from day one. Morgan has this friend group, Bree, Kendall, and Sloan, and they are always doing expensive things together. Weekend trips to Napa, $300 dinners at trendy restaurants, spa days that cost more than most people's rent. And somehow, I always ended up footing the bill. Babe, can you cover dinner for the girls tonight? We are celebrating Bree's promotion, or the girls want to do that wine tasting in Sonoma. It was always something. My credit card was constantly maxed out funding their little adventures. But I loved Morgan, right? And she always said things like my girls are so important to me and I just want everyone to have a good time. My best friend Jackson has been telling me for months that something felt off. Dude, when is the last time she paid for anything? Even just coffee, he would ask. I think she is using you as a personal ATM. I kept defending her. She is just social. Man, she wants to include everyone, but Jackson wouldn't drop it. Last week, he said something that really got to me. If you are thinking about proposing, you should test her loyalty first. See what happens when the money disappears. That is when he suggested something crazy. Fake going broke and see how she reacts. I thought he was nuts at first, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized I needed to know. So I spent the weekend creating fake documents showing my company failing, investors pulling out. The whole thing made it look like I was about to lose everything. Monday morning, I called Morgan. Hey, I need to talk to you about something serious. Can you come over? She showed up around lunch, and I laid it all out. The startup's going under. The investors found some issues with our projections and they are pulling funding. I am looking at bankruptcy, Morgan. I am going to lose everything. Want to know her first response? Not, oh my God, are you okay? Or we will figure this out together. Nope. Wait, what? How broke are we talking here? My financial problems were automatically hers to deal with. I told her it was bad. Really bad. That I would probably have to sell my car, move back in with my parents. The works. So you cannot take us to Napa this weekend? She asked. What about Kendall's birthday dinner at Fleming's? We already made reservations. No concern for my mental state. No asking how I was handling the stress. Just immediate worry about how this affected her social calendar. I am sorry, Morgan, but I cannot afford any of that right now. I am kind of freaking out here. She got this look on her face, like I had just told her I had a terminal illness. I need to think about this, she said, and left. That was Monday. By Wednesday, she had gone completely ghost, wouldn't answer my calls, left me on read for every text. Thursday night, I was at Jackson's place trying to distract myself with some gaming when he came back from grabbing dinner, looking pissed off. Dude, you are not going to believe what I just heard, he said, dropping his takeout bag on the counter. What happened? I was at that sushi place on 5th Street, and Morgan was there with her whole crew. They were sitting 2 tables over, and they weren't exactly keeping their voices down. Jackson sat down next to me on the couch, shaking his head. She was telling them about your financial situation. Said you are basically broke. And you know what Bree said? I didn't want to know, but I asked anyway. What? Time to find a new ATM. Rich guys are everywhere on those dating apps. And Morgan laughed. Man, she actually laughed and said, Kendall told her she should have had a backup boyfriend this whole time. I felt like someone punched me in the gut. 14 months together, and I was just an ATM to her. Friday morning, I got the text that ended everything. Colton, I have been thinking a lot about us. I cannot handle your financial situation right now. I need someone stable who can support the lifestyle I want. My friends think I deserve better. And honestly, then she blocked me. Just like that. Then she blocked me. The bankruptcy was completely fake. My company's doing better than ever. We just landed a huge contract that is going to triple our revenue. But Morgan will never know that because she showed her true colors the moment she thought my wallet was empty. Jackson found me on his couch Saturday morning, staring at my phone like an idiot. "You okay, man?" "She dumped me," I said. "Via text. Said her friends think she deserves better." "I am sorry, dude. But now you know who she really was. The worst part is, even knowing it was all fake, I am still devastated. Because for a minute there, I really believed she loved me. But what happened when her dad called her that same Friday night completely changed how I see everything that just went down." Update 1. Sorry for the delayed update, guys. My phone screen got completely shattered when I dropped it during a panic attack yesterday. Just got it fixed this morning. And you will not believe what happened. First, thanks to everyone saying I dodged a bullet, reading all your comments made me realize I am not crazy for being hurt by this. Some of you asked about her dad calling, so Friday night, I am at Jackson's place, feeling like absolute garbage, even though I know the bankruptcy was fake. That is the weird thing about this whole situation. Logically, I knew she failed the test, but emotionally, I still felt rejected and heartbroken. Like, my brain knew it was fake, but my heart didn't get the memo. I have met him maybe 3 times in 14 months, because Morgan always made excuses about why we couldn't do family dinners. Said her parents were complicated. Colton, I just got off the phone with Morgan. She told me about your business situation. I figured she had called to get sympathy, or maybe ask for money to help her devastated ex-boyfriend. But then Robert said something that made my stomach drop. "I wanted to thank you for being there for her during her cancer scare last year. Morgan told me you paid for all her medical tests when her insurance was being difficult." "I am sorry. What cancer scare?" I asked. Long pause. "The lump she found in her breast. She said you covered her mammogram and ultrasound out of pocket because she couldn't afford the deductible. Cost you almost $2,000, she said. I have never paid for any medical bills for Morgan. She has never mentioned any cancer scare, and her insurance through her social media job is actually really good. She has bragged about it. Robert, I think there might be some confusion. I never paid for any medical bills." Another long pause. "Said that is why she needed to borrow money from us last month. To pay you back." My head started spinning. "She borrowed money from you? $3,000. Said it was to reimburse you for covering her medical costs because she didn't want to be in debt to her boyfriend." I felt sick. While I was paying for her friends' expensive dinners and weekend trips, she was scamming money from her own parents by claiming I had covered medical bills that didn't exist. "Robert, I think you should talk to Morgan about this. There has been some kind of misunderstanding." We hung up, and I immediately called Jackson over, told him everything. "Dude, she has been running a con on everyone," he said. "You are funding her lifestyle. Her parents think they are paying you back, and she is pocketing the difference. But here is where it gets worse. Jackson's younger sister Lily came home from nursing school that night. She has been away for her clinical rotations and hadn't seen me since Morgan and I first started dating. Lily took one look at me on the couch, probably looked like I had been hit by a truck, and immediately went into caregiver mode. Jackson told me what happened," she said, sitting down next to me. "I cannot believe someone could be so cruel. She made me soup when I realized I hadn't eaten in 2 days. Saturday with me when I had another panic attack around 3 a.m. Just took care of me. No questions, no judgment. You know what the worst part is? When we were both still awake. Even knowing it was fake, I feel like that is because your feelings were real," Lily said. "Just because she was pretending doesn't mean you were." Saturday morning, I woke up to find Lily had made breakfast and was doing research on her laptop. "What are you working on?" "Looking up financial elder abuse laws," she said. "What Morgan did to her parents might actually be illegal and definitely immoral." That is when I realized Lily wasn't just pretty, which I would never really noticed before because, best friend sister code. She was genuinely caring. When is the last time Morgan had stayed awake with me during a panic attack? Never. When is the last time she had made me food when I was too stressed to eat? Also never. "You don't have to research legal stuff for me," I said. "I want to," Lily said. "When someone hurts people I care about, I get protective, people she cares about." Sunday morning, Robert called again. He had confronted Morgan about the medical bills. She admitted there was no cancer scare, he said. She said she panicked when we asked about paying you back and made up the story. She has promised to return the money. I am really sorry this happened. Robert, don't apologize. We are the ones who should be sorry. We raised her better than this. But here is the real kicker. While I was on the phone with her dad, Morgan was already back on the dating apps. Jackson's friend Matt saw her profile on Hinge. Bio said, looking for someone financially stable, who knows how to treat a lady. The audacity of this woman. Monday morning, I got a call that changed everything about my fake bankruptcy situation. But what my business partner told me, and how Morgan reacted when she found out, made me realize I might have just dodged the biggest bullet of my life. Update 2. Had to help my buddy move apartments over the weekend, so I am just getting to update you guys now. But the karma train has officially left the station, and it is heading straight for Morgan. So, Monday morning, my business partner David calls me with news that would have made Morgan's head spin if she hadn't already shown her true colors. Colton, you sitting down? Tech Venture Capital wants to buy our platform. They are offering $42 million. I almost dropped my phone. $4.2 million for a company that Morgan thought was bankrupt 3 days earlier. Are you serious right now? Dead serious. They want to meet Thursday. This is it, man. We made it. I am standing in Jackson's kitchen, and Lily's making coffee before her clinical rotation. She sees my face and immediately knows something big happened. What is wrong? You look like you have seen a ghost. My company just got a $42 million acquisition offer. Lily just stared at me. Then she started laughing. Not mean laughing, but that kind of unbelievable cosmic justice laughing. She dumps the broke guy right before he becomes a millionaire. Here is where I probably should have kept quiet and just enjoyed my success privately. But I was still hurt and angry, so I posted a subtle story on Instagram, just a photo of the acquisition offer letter with the caption, "Sometimes when one door closes, a bigger one opens." Within 2 hours, my phone was blowing up. First call Morgan. I didn't answer. But she left a voicemail that I saved because it is pure gold. Colton, hi, it is me. I saw your Instagram story and I think we need to talk. I may have been hasty on Friday. I was just scared about the financial situation, but I realize now that I should have supported you through the hard times. That is what love is, right? Call me back. I miss you. Delete. Second call, Bree. Also didn't answer, but she left a message too. Hey Colton, it is Bree. She really does love you. She was just panicked. She really cured call, but she has learned her lesson. She knows she was wrong to put money before love. Cannot you give her another chance? Kendall. Morgan dumped me via text and blocked my number. Now she wants to talk because she saw one Instagram story. She was just scared. Women do crazy things when they are scared. I hung up, but here is the really crazy part. Tuesday morning. I am at the coffee shop near Jackson's place with Lily before she heads to her clinical. We are just talking about normal stuff. Her nursing program, my acquisition meeting, when this woman walks up to our table. It is Sloan. Excuse me, you are Colton, right? Morgan's ex. Lily immediately tenses up next to me. She might be sweet, but she is protective as hell. What do you want, Sloan? Look, Morgan's really sorry. She made a mistake, but you have to understand. She has been hurt before by guys who couldn't provide for her. Provide for her? Lily interrupted. Or provide for you and your friends? Sloan looked at Lily like she was noticing her for the first time. I am sorry. Who are you? Someone who actually cares about Colton as a person, not a bank account. I have never seen Lily get defensive before. It was attractive, honestly. Sloan tried to recover. Morgan just wants to apologize in person. She feels terrible. Then she should have felt terrible when she thought I was broke, I said. Not after seeing my Instagram story. Wednesday, the desperation reached peak levels. Morgan showed up at Jackson's place. I was in the living room with Jackson and Lily, going over some paperwork for the acquisition. When the doorbell rang, Jackson looked through the peephole and mouthed Morgan to me. Lily immediately stood up. I will handle this. Lily, you don't have to. Yes, I do. She opened the door before Jackson, or I could stop her. Hi, Morgan. Colton's busy right now. I need to talk to him. It is important. I am sure it is. Funny how important he became after you saw his Instagram story from where I was sitting. I could see Morgan's face change when she realized who she was talking to. You are Jackson's little sister, right? The nursing student? The dismissive way she said. Little sister made my blood boil. Lily's 24, only 2 years younger than Morgan, and she has got more integrity in her pinky finger than Morgan has in her whole body. I am Lily, she said calmly, and Colton doesn't want to see you. I think he can speak for himself. That is when I stood up and walked to the door. Morgan's face lit up when she saw me. Colton, I have been trying to reach you. I made a mistake. A huge mistake. Yeah, you did. I panicked. But I am here now. You are here now because you think I am rich again. Morgan's eyes flicked to Lily, then back to me. Is this about her? Are you seriously rebounding with Jackson's little sister? That is when Lily stepped forward. I thought she was going to get angry, but instead she just smiled. Morgan, I was taking care of Colton when he was having panic attacks over losing you, when he couldn't eat or sleep because someone he loved abandoned him when he needed support. That is what people do when they actually care about someone. You don't know anything about our relationship. I know enough. Then she closed the door. I stood there for a second, just looking at Lily. Jackson was grinning in the background. I started. Overdue, Jackson finished. But what happened at the acquisition meeting Thursday, and the text I got from Morgan afterward, made me realize this story is far from over. Final update. Just got back from the most surreal week of my life. The acquisition went through. Morgan's completely lost her mind, and I think I am falling for my best friend's sister. Life is weird, man. So Thursday's meeting with Tech Venture Capital was insane. Not only did they confirm the $42 million offer, but they want me to stay on as CTO with a ridiculous salary. David and I walked out of there with champagne and a check that is going to change our lives. I called Jackson immediately. Dude, we are rich. Like, actually rich. How rich? Buy a house in cash rich. Never worry about money again rich. When I was there studying for her nursing boards, the moment she saw my face, she jumped up and hugged me, not like a congratulatory pat on the back hug, but a real hug. And for the first time since this whole thing started, I felt genuinely happy. I am so proud of you, she said. You deserve this. That is when it hit me. For 2 weeks, Lily had been celebrating my fake failures and real successes equally. She cared about me whether I was broke or rich. Jackson was watching us with this knowing look on his face. What? I asked. Nothing, man. Just, you two are cute together. Lily blushed. Jackson, I am just saying what everyone's thinking. Friday morning, I made the mistake of posting another Instagram story, just a photo of the signed contracts with dreams do come true. Within an hour, my phone was ringing. Morgan, this time I answered. Colton, please, we need to talk. Morgan, it is over. But I love you. I made one mistake. One mistake in 14 months. One mistake. You dumped me via text the second you thought I couldn't fund your lifestyle anymore. How do you know about everyone knows, Morgan? Your whole friend group has been messaging me trying to get you a second chance, because they know I love you. They know I am rich again. Long pause. That is not. Look, maybe money was part of it, but it was all of it. You loved my wallet, not me. That is not true. Then prove it. If you actually loved me, date me broke. Let's pretend the acquisition fell through and see how long you stick around. Another long pause. That is not fair. That is what I thought. I hung up. But Saturday, things got weird. Lily and I were at the coffee shop again. It has become our morning routine. When Jackson called me, dude, Morgan's been asking around about Lily, like digging for information. What kind of information? Whether you two are dating, how long she has been staying here. If you are serious about her. I looked across the table at Lily, who was reading something for school and occasionally looking up to smile at me. We weren't officially anything yet, but I might be serious about her. I admitted. Jackson laughed. Yeah, I know. She is too, by the way. She told you that? She didn't have to. I have never seen my sister look at anyone the way she looks at you. That afternoon, Morgan showed up at the coffee shop. She had been waiting in the parking lot for us to show up. Colton, I know you are here with her. I turned around. Morgan was standing there in a designer dress I probably paid for, looking like she was dressed for a photo shoot. What do you want, Morgan? I want to fight for us. For what we had. We didn't have anything real. Yes, we did. You are just confused because you are vulnerable right now and she is taking advantage of that. Lily didn't even look up from her textbook. I am sitting right here, Morgan. I am not talking to you. Well, I am talking to you, Lily said. Finally looking up. Colton's not vulnerable. He is successful. He is kind. And he deserves someone who loves him for who he is, not what he can buy them. And you think that is you? I know it is not you. Morgan turned back to me. Choose, right now. Her or me. I looked at Morgan. Designer dress, perfect makeup, manicured nails. Everything about her was expensive and polished. Then I looked at Lily. Scrubs from her clinical rotation, hair in a messy bun, no makeup, studying flashcards about cardiac medications. I choose the person who stayed up with me during panic attacks, who made me soup when I couldn't eat, who celebrated my success and would have supported me through failure. So her. Morgan's face crumpled. You are making a huge mistake. The mistake was dating someone who saw me as a credit card. She left without another word. That was 3 days ago. Lily and I are taking things slow, but Jackson's given us his blessing. Turns out he has been hoping we would get together for months. You have been staring at her like a lovesick puppy since she came home for Christmas, he told me. I was wondering when you would figure it out. Last night, Lily and I were talking about the whole situation. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if you hadn't tested her? She asked. I would probably be engaged to someone who was scamming my money and her parents' money to fund her friend's lifestyle. And I had still just be Jackson's little sister. You were never just Jackson's little sister. She smiled. When did you know? Know what? That you liked me. I thought about it. Probably when you made me soup at 2 a.m. and didn't ask for anything in return. That is when I realized what caring actually looks like. For me, it was when you were having that panic attack and you kept apologizing for keeping me awake. Like, you were in crisis and you were worried about inconveniencing me. That is a weird reason to like someone. This morning, I got one final text from Morgan. When this thing with the nursing student doesn't work out, call me. I will be waiting. I showed it to Lily. Are you going to respond? Already did. I showed her my reply. Don't hold your breath. It has been a month since the fake bankruptcy test, and I am still processing everything, but I know this. The right person doesn't abandon you when life gets hard. They don't see you as a bank account. They love you broke, or rich, stressed, or successful. Morgan taught me what conditional love looks like. Lily's showing me what the real thing feels like. Oh, and Robert called yesterday. Morgan never paid back that $3,000. He is considering pressing charges. Karma's a beautiful thing. The startup acquisition finalized this week. I am officially a millionaire. And the woman I am falling for loved me when she thought I was sleeping on my friend's couch with a failed business and a broken heart. Sometimes the best thing that can happen to you is having the wrong person leave your life at exactly the right time.